Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am frankly FM84. A big thank you for coming back and joining me on another episode of the Celtic Rebuild Challenge. Yes, if you've been here across the past couple of days, you will have seen we are well into the Rebuild Challenge now. We have just completed Season 1. Yesterday we went through the summer transfer window for Season 2. Today we have pushed on. It's the 3rd of February 2023, and that means that the winter transfer window is now complete too. Today we're going to be showing you the players that have arrived, the players that have left, and how we have been getting on across the first half of the second season of the Save. Let's not waste any time then. Firstly, we're going to show you the players that have gone out, and then we're going to show you the players that have come in. So let's jump into the right hand section then. Not a lot of business done in January. You might have heard in yesterday's episode that we didn't have a lot of money left, and that we probably would need to sell somebody to buy somebody, and that is pretty much what we did. So the first player that left was Yasuki Itaguchi. He has gone to he's gone back to Japan. It says Higashi Asaka Rosa, but that is not the real name, because I should know who they are. I think that's Kawasaki Frontal, is it? Have a feeling it's Kawasaki Frontal. But yeah, basically he has gone back to Japan for £1.1 million. We then had Joey Dawson go to Motherwell for 3.4 thousand. Thought it was going to be million, it wasn't, it was thousand. Connor Hazard then has left to go to Bayern Munich. Bit of a strange one, this. One of our backup goalkeepers. They came in for him in the summer, we turned it down, and then they came back in the winter, and we thought, might as well let him go because he's going to get unhappy if he doesn't go. And then we let Tati Chong go out on loan. He has gone to Valladolid till the end of the season. Couldn't get into the first team. Was getting a little bit upset. Plus, one of the reasons he couldn't get in the first team was because we went out and we signed Jeremy Boga. He's a player who is basically Chong, but 10 times better. Pace of 16, acceleration 17, agility 17, dribbling of 18, finishing 12, first touch 15, technique of 17, flair of 18. This kid, obviously former Chelsea youth project, played some time at Birmingham as well, ended up in Italy with Sassuolo and Atalanta, and now we have swooped in and picked him up. I think he's going to be an absolute star in this save. And the last player, we only bought two players in that January transfer window. We bought Gonzalo Villar. He's a player who I think he's at Roma in real life, but he was at Getafe. I think Roma have picked him up, but either way, we have now swooped in. We have signed him, and when you look at him, you can see exactly why. Passing of 16, technique of 15, teamwork 13, vision of 12, work rate 13, composure 17, dribbling 16, first touch 16. He's a player who we're just going to sit in the middle of the park, give the ball to, and hope he can open up defences at will. So, not too many players to come in. We did spend the money that we did generate quite wisely. I think two players was all we needed. We were just kind of trying to bump up the quality that were already at the club. And as we were already 5 games into the season, and it started off really well, there was no need to go and make overall massive changes in the winter transfer window. We're better off leaving that till the next summer when we find out how we're going to get on in the competitions that we are facing in this season. So just the two players. Let's have a little look how we have been getting on. Before we get to any competitions though, we're going to run through the finances and everything at the club. So after spending the money that we had, there's now only £34.2 million in the bank, but that should improve because of our Champions League performance, hopefully. Budgets. Transfer budget is £8.3 million. Wage budget is 798,000. We're only spending 679,000 of that. With the 8 million that's there, because there's no more signings coming in, we could even put that into the wage budget and hope that when we come round to the summer, there is a big enough transfer budget to go and buy one or two real star players. In terms of the club vision, then you can see that they are quite happy, very secure in terms of our position. Still want to make progress on and off the pitch. Work within the wage budget. We are now on course. Sign players to sell for a profit, reserving judgment. Spend the original transfer budget. We did that. Minimum 2-year contracts. We're doing that. So Champions League, be competitive. They are pleased, which means that our Champions League performance is obviously good. Qualify for the Champions League through the Premiership. Delighted. We were top of the league in yesterday's video. You'll see in a minute where we are in terms of the league. Win the Scottish Cup. Failed. You're obviously going to see that we have failed at that also. Premier Sports Cup. Win the Premier Sports Cup. We have passed that. Going forwards, win the Premiership, win Domestic Cup, and continue to win the Premiership. So then, let's have a little look at the competitions tab. You can see, in terms of the Championship, we have 2 games in hand, and we are level on points with Rangers. Both clubs on 58 points from 24 for them, 22 for us. In terms of the Champions League, we managed to escape the group of death that we were put in. Somehow, we managed to hold our own in that group, and that means we are through to the first knockout round against Borussia Dortmund. Probably a difficult draw coming out of the group stages, but we are at least performing well enough to have got past the group stage and not need any of that Europa League or Europa Conference League nonsense that we went through last season. In terms of Scottish Cup, knocked out in the 4th round by Hibs, hence the reason the board were upset that we didn't win the Scottish Cup, because we got knocked out early. But we have won the Premier Sports Cup. So that's now 3 of the 4 domestic. That's all 3 domestic things won. 3 out of the 4 competitions that we're in that we have now won. So last season we did the double with the Premiership and the Scottish Cup. We've now won the Premier Sports Cup, just the Champions League or a European competition left to go and win. In the final of the Premier Sports Cup, we beat Ross County 2-1, which is strange because we can't beat them in terms of the league. But luckily for us, we beat them in a final and went and won. Let's have a little. In fact, no, before we do the breakdown, let's look at the schedule then and see how we have been getting on. As you might have seen, the Champions League was due to start on the 14th of the 9th. So we started off with a 3-1 victory over Bordeaux, Abada and Furuhashi getting the goals there, a 2-1 win against St Johnstone before we come back down to earth with a 3-1 defeat out in Germany. Furuhashi scoring for us, Jovanovic getting himself sent off, Musiala, Muller and Sabitzer scoring for Bayern. Played Inverness, drew 2-2. We then drew 1-1 with Arsenal in the Champions League. Anwar 8 Al-Hajj scoring the goal, then getting himself sent off. Fantastic stuff. Hibs, 6-3 victory in the league. Goals from Hatata, Maeda, Julian, 8 Al-Hajj, Furuhashi and Juranovic. Kevin Nisbet scoring, Doige and Newell for them. We then beat Rangers in the Premier Sports Cup quarter-final, so the board were happy with that. Julian and Juranovic, but another red card in that game. A 4-0 victory against Aberdeen was followed with a 4-1 victory against Dunfermline. We then beat Ross County 3-1, goals from Turnbull, Sarr and Furuhashi. We then beat Arsenal in the Champions League 3-1. They came up to Celtic, didn't fancy it. We battered them. Maeda, O'Reilly and Furuhashi with the goals. We then beat Rangers in the Premiership 3-1. Goals from McGregor, a hat-trick, Morelos scoring for them. We then lost 3-1 at home against Bayern Munich. We beat Dundee 2-0 in the Premiership with goals from Lazaro and Turnbull. Bordeaux, a 1-0 victory with a goal from Sarr. And then obviously in the second season, the World Cup happens. So there was a big gap then between the 2nd of November till the 26th of December. And when we came back from the friendly games, which don't mean anything, we beat Hearts 3-0 to get us back up and running in the Premiership. We beat St Johnstone 2-0, St Mirren 4-0, Hearts 2-0. Inverness we drew 1-1. Got lucky, 94th minute equaliser for McGregor. But Hibs 5-0, Dundee 4-0. We then lost to Hibs again in the Scottish Cup 4th round, 94th minute goal going against us. We were leading 1-0 until the 86th minute and then ended up losing 2-0. But we beat Ross County 2-1, beat Dunfermline 5-0. And last time out, once again, Ross County holding their own against us to get a draw. Noga getting sent off after 64, Turnbull after 81, and they equalised in the 92nd minute. So let's have a breakdown then of the Premiership and show you what's been happening. 22 games played for us. Yields 18 wins, 4 draws. We are undefeated. 60 goal difference and 58 points. Let's look at some player stats then. So Austin Samuel is the leading goal scorer in the league. David Turnbull is there with 12. Lazaro also has 12. Furuhashi has 11. Most assists. Ryan Kent with 12, but we have Xavi Simons on 10, Juranovic on 9, McGregor on 8, and Abada with 7. Most shots, Samuels with 92. We then go down to Lazaro with 71 and Turnbull with 63 for us. Most player of the match awards, Austin Samuels is doing something right because he's topping a lot of these categories. 6 player of the match awards for him. Barry Mackay's up there again. Juranovic and Abada are the 2 players for us. Most key passes goes to Barry Mackay. Juranovic with 91 represents Celtic. Most tackles won, Juranovic again. As I said, this player is one that flies right under the radar because he's hitting all of these categories and doing really, really well. Most tackles won, 62 for him. Most dribbles made, Ryan Kent with 82. We're not on there. Most clean sheets, 2 players. Merritt, 13 clean sheets. McDermott for Rangers, 13 clean sheets too. Fewest conceded goes to Thomas Welsh, but Merritt is right there on 13. In terms of the other stats, XG, nobody there. Penalties, Turnbull is 6 from 7. Most fouled, Furuhashi 52 times, but Ryan Kent is the most. We have team goals, Juranovic and Merritt on 73. Turnbull goals per 90 minutes with 0.82. We have games won, Juranovic and Merritt on 18. And Turnbull average minutes per goal, 109.58. So, that is how we have started off. That is how we are at the midway point. Yesterday we started off with a perfect record. We still have an unbeaten season on the cards. We are yet to lose a game after 22 games in the Premiership. Let's have a little look at the squad then before we wrap this one up. The assistant report now reads Merritt in goal, Hattati, Noga, Sarr, Juranovic, McGregor, Turnbull, Villar, Boga, Abada and Furuhashi up front. So we are doing quite well in terms of the players that we have brought in. Squad depth is not an issue as we showed yesterday. Merritt now our clear number 1 goalkeeper with Juranovic, Sarr and Juranovic leading squad depth in defence. McGregor is still our number 1 midfielder despite Villar being in there, but him and Simons are only at the bottom of that list. For the wide players, Abada, McGregor, Furuhashi, and then up top, we've got Boga, Lazaro, and Furuhashi as well. So, a great midway point in season number 2. We're at the 3rd of February 2023, yet to taste defeat in the Cinch Premiership. Can we push forwards now? Can we go invincible? Imagine that. An invincible season in the 2nd season would be amazing. Can we do anything in the Champions League? Dortmund is a tough draw. We're going to look to push it on in that competition. And Scottish Cup's done. We have won the Premier Sports Cup already. So a decent season forming. If you want to find out how it is going to get on, you're going to need to come back tomorrow. We're going to jump forwards to the 1st of June. We're going to wrap up season 2 and show you if it was a success or not. The best way to keep up to date with the entire save though, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Don't miss another video right here on the channel. Right then. For this one, I'm going to be wrapping it there. Please go check another video on the channel. There are plenty of different videos, something for everybody right here. And I will see you soon on another video.